excused.
I see us.
Good evening, everybody. It is Monday night here at Beyond the Airwaves, the Infinity Project, and yes, I'm wearing this shirt almost a week late, but who cares? Anyway, anyway, it turns out we actually have a shortened week this week because something we forgot to mention on Friday. Wednesday is Veterans Day. No mail, no show. So,
That that's our general rule.
mhm,
No mail, no show, which
right.
means more than likely we'll just push Warzone Wednesday to maybe nuclear Thursday or something like that. I don't know.
Well, we'll think of something.
Throwdown Thursday.
Okay. Just temporarily, because like I said, what we're doing for the rest of the year is we're gonna do I think we were planning on doing Mad Libs on Thursday and then Cards Against Humanity on Friday.
Well, we could always put an episode out on Saturday this week as an odd holy crap moment.
Yeah, that's true. We could.
Holy crap moment is me freezing my ass off.
Yeah.
When do you ever freeze your ass off, Janet? You live in Arizona. That's not
Well,
freezing.
when it hits 50 degrees, which is cold for
ah,
us, 50 degrees is
ah.
cold for us. It's going to get down to 40 tonight.
I hate you. It's gonna be about 60 here tonight.
Honestly, I like that temperature because that's comfortable to me. I
Well,
sleep
I'm going
in
to
the
sleep with my room,
Ah,
at least sleep with
sorry.
my bedroom window open.
Excuse me for grimacing. My big left toe is kind of playing games with me right now. All right. So anyway, we
How
did we
so? Just out of
it hurt.
curiosity.
It hurts like it's like a sharp pain in my toe.
Ow.
Well,
I haven't stepped on anything,
if
so
you hear me go ouch, 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 it means I'm stretching my knee.
yeah. Well, anyway, we do need to get the intros out of the way. I'm your host for tonight. I am Oblog Stream, and below me is our master and creator Frodo. Hello, Frodo.
below you.
Yeah, on my
I would think
screen, you're below me.
I know it's also showing that on the stream, but when never mind.
Never
It's
I
all
mind.
know
good.
what he's getting at, Shirley.
So did I.
Be nice.
Okay. Anyway, we also have a resident Joker, Mike. Of course, you got to change your name.
Oh, fudge, I didn't do it either.
Good evening, guys. This is Joker. Happy Monday.
Yeah, and we also have over here our resident, any name she wants to pick, Janet.
It's gotta be Mr. On Humpter today.
Getting to the hump. Well,
Or just Mr. On Humper.
yep. Ooh, that could get us in trouble. I don't know.
No, it couldn't. We're not describing anything.
Okay.
There. How about
and
this?
and
Star
and
Child of
we've
Arizona.
got
I like that.
and and we've got a talking cat here today.
That's right, folks. We always have live cats and dogs on this show.
Well, my dogs have hit the sack already.
Well, that's good. All right. So
Thank God.
anyway, yeah. Well, anyway, we got a lot to cover. Of course, the biggest thing happened on Saturday when this happened. That's right. It took about 4 days of Joe Biden, but Joe Biden has been, well, I think it's technically projected to be the winner. It's not officially declared yet. And of course, Mr. Trump is not happy about it, but, we're not going to go any further than that, okay?
Oh,
Because
did you hear the latest? Did
what
you
did he
hear
do?
the latest?
What did he do?
It's not what he's done, it's what he plans on doing. Mr. A-hole, Mr. Asshole, plans to barricade himself in the White House rather than succeed the presidency to Biden.
Figures. Not
Okay,
surprised.
we also got a little bit of news that just crossed my thread literally 8 minutes ago.
Okay.
Subtropical storm Theta has formed in the Atlantic.
We've broken the record, folks. That's it. That's it. Done.
That's it. Go home, everybody. We broke the
That's it.
record.
Where's that? Let's go home. Kidding.
Jesus.
And all I gotta say about that is fuck 2020.
And guess what? There's iota probably like it's way off in the. Let's see. Theta's the. Let's see. Theta's the one down in the Caribbean. Let me get the radar. Hold on.
I thought it was Etta.
And Eda's in Florida.
No, this is a new one, Janet.
Yeah. Eda's down in Florida. Because I know they were talking about Theta and Iota.
Yep.
Hi, Theta. Hi, Iota. Hey, Eda. What's up?
And I'll say this, if I'm right, pull up the weather report scene, Shirley.
Alright, give me just a second. Hey.
I'm listening to Steve Wilkos at the same time I'm listening to you guys.
Alright, well, anyway, there's the radar. Of course, I'm at the wrong location. But as you can see, here's Eda. And uh-oh. Looks like Eda's going to be playing games with me soon. Ooh.
Yeah, okay, so I'm in my radar on my computer,
Mm-hmm.
and if you go out by Portugal and all that,
Uh-huh.
you'll see a nice big red oval and a nice swirl
There
in the
it
middle of
is.
the ocean.
Yep. Oh, that must be Theta.
That looks like Theta.
Yep, there's Theta, alright. And that's Theta right there. That means this little thing over here developing will become Iota.
Yep.
So that's right,
Which-
folks. The record has been broken. And
Which-
Sajo just joined the chat. Hey, Sajo.
Hey,
Hey,
what's up,
Sajo.
dude? But yeah, like I said, I just got this news and I'm just thinking, oh, lovely.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I do have some good news.
What's that?
Theta does not look like it's going to pose any threat to America.
That's good.
It might pose a threat to Portugal, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Oof.
It might pose a threat to Lisbon, Portugal. So, any of our international listeners and viewers, be aware, especially if you live in that area.
Yeah, but also, if you're a surfer, you can get some huge waves on it. Seriously,
yeah.
they have like 100-foot waves that surfers actually get on.
Oh, I believe it. And we got Vomko in the Pacific.
What?
Hold on. Oops.
Vomko
There you are.
and Etu.
Vamco.
Yep.
Where did it go?
So I'm just gonna say, I hate 2020.
I think most of us do at this point.
Yep.
Okay, we only got, let's see. 2 months left.
Well,
Or rather, a month and a half left.
well, you have to remember hurricane season is supposed to end officially at the end of this month, but then again, the way 2020 is, it's like screw it.
Let's see. We have 7 weeks and 3 days
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
until the end of 2020.
And like Shirley just said, supposedly the end of November represents the end of hurricane season.
Right.
With how 2020 has been overall, I wouldn't hold your breath on it being the end.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry about that. I almost missed the edge of my chair and went on the floor.
Oh, be careful.
Sorry about that, people.
I'm taking a look at Iowa because we're supposed to get some thunderstorms between tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, we are.
There's some storms kind of over in the western part of the state. Looks like it's trying to miss eastern Iowa, but you know.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yes,
not seeing a whole lot in Des Moines or Ames,
yeah.
but
But boy, I can
that's
look at this. I can see that convergence right there between Des Moines and Cedar Rapids on the radar.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking it's actually starting to get a little cooler in Cedar Rapids. Am I saying it's cold? No.
You ain't got the snow yet.
Uh
we've had snow on and off. We've had
Yeah.
about at least what
uh
2 to 3 inches in some spots around us.
we
Uh-huh.
had
I mean the stuff
where
that sticks.
where
Stays around
It's
a while.
sticked. It's
It's
sticked.
stuck.
it's
It's stuck.
I where I live, I had to report a 3-inch snowfall.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
But I'm gonna say this right now, Janet. No swearing. God damn it. Fuck that fucking 4-letter word.
Oh, you mean snow?
Yes, that's their curse word.
See,
Bad, Janet.
Yeah, that is so. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's going on. Oh yes, and not one but two deaths, two big time deaths in the last couple days.
Well,
Of
I
course,
know
yeah.
once about Alex Trebek, but what was the second one?
The second was today. Let me tell you this. Back in August, we lost Joe Ruby. He was one half of the Ruby Spears team.
Oh, don't tell me the Spears half died.
Yep, Ken Spears died today.
eesh.
So it's like we lost both halves in less than 3 months. But yes, we lost Alex Trebek and we lost Ken Spears. So let me see if we can go check on Alex here. Alex.
I am gonna say, though, I am very proud of our country for actually doing something good.
Mm-hmm. But I will
And
say,
hopefully
oh, go ahead. I'm
and
sorry.
I'm gonna make my statement right now to say that no matter what side of the aisle you purport to be a part of, I don't care what you are, who you liked, what you thought of any of the candidates, whoever you supported, now is not the time. This here is the time for everybody in our country to unite.
We need to
This
undo.
division,
We need to undo every single thing that Trump has caused.
Mm-hmm.
hold on, Janet, let's not even mention names.
Right.
I'm just calling, simply put, I am calling here and now for the country to unify.
United we stand,
We
divided we
have,
fall.
Mm-hmm.
yes, and that's been evident this last 4 years. Um, but like I said, I think it's time that we all unite. Even if you didn't like Biden and Harris, even if you didn't like their politics, even if you didn't like their policies, it's not the time for it. You can discuss that later,
Mm-hmm.
but right now, let's all unite.
Yeah. And I was gonna say something. I just went completely blank. No, wait. Here it is. Okay.
It'll catch up with you
I
again.
got it. I got it. What's the amazing thing is, no matter which side you're on, I'm gonna do a little calculating here because this has got to be the biggest number ever. Okay. Now bear with me while my
It
calculator comes
is.
on here. Let's see. 76, 326, 728 plus 71, 430, 430. 147,757,158 votes.
Cast this time.
Yep.
That tells you a lot about what this election actually meant.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm I'm not trying to purport anything.
Mm-hmm.
I am not trying to say anything about either of the candidates. We've said our pieces, we've
Mm-hmm.
said our beliefs about the candidates ad nauseum.
Right.
Okay. While I didn't personally support Biden through the primaries,
Mm-hmm.
when my candidate that I supported said to unite under one banner, I followed his guide,
Right.
and I am proud to say that I live in a country where we have broken in this one election we've broken three huge records.
Oh, I know.
First off, Biden is the oldest person ever in office, but let's not even talk about that
Mm-hmm.
because the three most important records. The first woman to hold an office as high as vice president or president
Mm-hmm.
shattered that barrier. The first Asian American individual to hold either the presidency or the vice presidency,
Mm-hmm.
and the first African American person to hold the vice presidency.
Right. Because her mother is from India, her father's from Jamaica. So,
Yep.
but I mean,
I
I
want
mean,
to.
the fact that that over almost 148 million votes were cast, that tells you something. That's practically almost half of the U.S. population.
Yes.
And I'm proud to be part of that number too.
Me
Hmm.
too, because I mean, no matter which side we are on, it was great to see that people took the vote seriously.
And like I said earlier, I'm sorry if your candidate didn't win,
Hmm.
but let's not focus on the oh shucks, I didn't get it.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
let's
let's not
focus.
poke the hornet's nest.
Right. But in a nutshell, it was so great to know that so many people actually did the thing and exercised the right to vote.
Yep.
Because I always said this: if you don't vote and your candidate does not win, shut your mouth because you can't complain.
Right.
Exactly.
I forget who told me that a long time ago.
It
Yep.
looks like JJ's in the chat too.
Hi, JJ.
I haven't seen her. Well, I haven't seen her post anything yet, but I trust you guys.
So I just want to make it aware that now we, while yes,
There gonna be some people, so that just won't give it up. That's all I'm gonna say on that because I'm not gonna stir anything. I'll put it this way: someone unfriended me the other day just because of what I said. That's
yeah,
all I'm gonna
and
say.
Just because of what?
Just because of what I said. So it's like, okay, you want to unfriend me because basically, I'm just gonna say it this way. He said, "Damn, you have a hatred of conservatives and the law." It's like, no, I don't. It's just Trump. That's it. And that's all I'm gonna say because I'm not gonna stir it up.
yep, and that's a fact.
But the fact of the
Sad.
matter is, we
You
all have the
see,
right. We all have the right to agree to disagree. We all have the right to voice our opinion.
yeah,
What
we
we do
did that
not,
back when Trump was first elected in
yep,
office.
when we do not have the right is to
I don't have a
force our way down everybody else's throat.
bingo. And that's what a lot of these Trumplicans are trying to do. Think about it.
I know. It's just that here, if it were me, let's say I had just lost presidency. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna accept it, deal with it, concede, write a nice letter to him like George H.W. Bush did with Bill Clinton, and it's like, you know what? Don't worry, we'll have this place spick and span for you when you got it.
You know
Yeah.
what's really great? When George W. Bush gave up the office to uh, Obama,
Mm-hmm.
he did it in such a classy way.
Oh, I know. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, both
and
Bushes actually have done that. So,
yeah, they've done it, and that's what I like. Is
I have a gnat that's trying to fly up my nose.
ugh, gross. Yeah, but in
Oh,
all,
I've been there, done that, had it happen before.
yeah,
Sorry, people in the audience.
yeah,
Little buggers being an annoyance.
yeah, it's like if I'm gonna lose, like I'm gonna lose graciously. I'll concede. I was like, hey, congratulations, you got it.
No, but
Because
he isn't to do that.
right, but me, it's like will I'll be disappointed, sure, but not crazy. You know what I mean?
speaking of, but let's get off this subject
Yeah,
because
because
it's
we do have.
over. It's done with. We have
Hmm.
other stuff to deal with.
Yeah, the first one being the loss of the great Alex Trebek. Unfortunately, I don't have the music for Jeopardy, but really, I'm not going to worry about it at this point.
Dun 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 dun
Wah,
dun
wah,
dun
wah,
dun
wah.
dun
Oh my
dun
god.
dun 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 boom boom. That's
This
as close as
rendi- this
that's
rendition of the Jeopardy theme was brought to you in part by Janet.
well, it's as close as I could get to helping.
There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you the shocking part. The executive producer of Jeopardy, he was working with Alex on Friday.
Yeah, he was in doing recording um, some of the newer episodes of Jeopardy, which
Hmm.
the episodes that they aired are and is going to
There's
go through the end of the year.
yep
Now,
because
I wonder if they're going to do what they did when Bob Barker retired,
hmm
or are they just going to let Jeopardy go off into the sunset?
no, they're going to have a replacement. We just don't know who yet. But let me read this first because this is where I got the breaking news from Variety. Of course, Alex Trebek, revered host of Jeopardy for 36 years, has died at the age of 80. So, of course, he was the beloved host since its 1984 debut in syndication. He died of pancreatic cancer at the age of 80, and the official Jeopardy Twitter account announced the news on Sunday morning. Jeopardy is saddened to share that Alex Trebek passed away peacefully at his home early this morning, surrounded by family and friends. And of course, there's the tweet right there. Trebek revealed in March 2019 that he had been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. I have lived a good life, a full life, and I'm nearing the end of that life, he told USA Today in October. Sony Pictures Entertainment, which has owned the show since its predecessor, Columbia Pictures Television, acquired Merv Griffin Enterprises in 1986, confirmed that Jeopardy episodes hosted by Trebek will air through Christmas Day. Trebek's last day, okay, actually, I thought it was like on Friday, but Trebek's last day in the studio was actually October 29th. Sony said the show would not immediately address plans to appoint a successor to Trebek. Today we lost a legend and a beloved member of the Sony Pictures family, said Tony, oh boy, Vince Vinci, Vinciquera, chairman CEO of Sony Pictures Entertainment. For 37 amazing years, Alex was that comforting voice, that moment of escape and entertainment at the end of a long, hard day for millions of people around the world. He was the heart and soul of Jeopardy, and he will be deeply missed by everyone who made him part of their lives. The jovial MC won 5 Daytime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Game Show Host. In 2011, Trebek received a Peabody Award for encouraging, celebrating, and rewarding knowledge. Jeopardy is the only post 1960 game show to be honored. The game show created by Merv Griffin, first ran on NBC from 1964 to 75, was once the province of host Art Fleming, who died in 1995. But it is now hard to think of the show as something separate from Trebek. Trebek held the Guinness World Record for the most game show episodes hosted by the same presenter in the same program since June 13th, 2014. Trebek hosted over 8,200 episodes over the course of 37 seasons. The show, which airs in tandem in most markets with Wheel of Fortune, has delivered amazingly durable ratings, much of which is attributed to Trebek's popularity and longevity as host. Bob Iger, executive chairman of Disney, paid tribute to Trebek as a friend, a colleague, and an icon. Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy have decades aired on ABC-owned stations in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and other markets. He graced us with his kindness, warmth, wit, and pure elegance, which is why we welcome him into our homes night after night, year after year, Iger said. He also showed us what courage looks like as he battled cancer with dignity and determination. The Jeopardy website, which has included a quote from Trebek, I think what makes Jeopardy special is that among all the quiz and game shows out there, ours tends to reward and encourage learning, which I believe, and from his delivery of the answers to his interactions with the contestants on the show, Trebek showed himself to be a man interested in intellectual pursuits of all kinds, not an empty suit like so many other game show hosts. Well, not everybody's like that. Oh boy. Kenichiro Yoshida, Chairman, President, and CEO of Sony Corporation, also paid tribute to Trebek. We join our colleagues at Sony Pictures in mourning the passing of Alex Trebek. Alex was an extraordinary talent whose intelligence, wit, and comforting presence appealed to millions of people around the world and made Jeopardy the outstanding show it is today. A proud native of Canada, Trebek's TV career in the U.S. first blossomed in the 1970s when he was tapped to host network and syndicated daytime game shows such as The Wizard of Odds, High Rollers, and Battlestars. I love his real name. George Alexander Trebek was born in Sunbury, Ontario. He grew up in a bilingual household speaking French and English. He earned a degree in philosophy at the University of Ottawa. Interested in a career in news broadcasting, he joined the Canadian Broadcasting Company, or the CBC, where he covered national news and special events for both radio and television. He first hosted a show, the CBC program Music Hop, in 1963. Trebek hosted the CBC's classical music programs from 1967 to 1970, including performances by Glenn Gould. Moving to the U.S. in 1973, he hosted a new NBC game show, The Wizard of Odds. I don't know why I'm laughing at that one. A year later, Trebek hosted the popular game show High Rollers, which had two runs on NBC, 74 to 76 and 80,
I remember
78
that
to 80.
show.
I actually don't, but I probably don't remember. A syndicated season, 75-76. He hosted the short-lived CBS game show Double Dare, and I do not think it's the same one Mark Summers did. And the,
Yeah.
and the second season of the Toronto Shot won the $128,000 question. During the heyday of the TV game show, the hosts of such programs often appeared as panelists or players on other shows. In one guest appearance on a special week of NBC's Card Sharks in 1980, Trebek competed against a number of other hosts in a week-long round-robin tournament for charity that he ultimately won. After a period of frustrating stints hosting shows of short duration, he took the reins of the new syndicated version of Jeopardy in 1984. In 1987, while continuing to host Jeopardy, Trebek took on hosting duties on NBC's Classic Concentration, his second show for Mark Goodson. He hosted both shows simultaneously until September 1991, when Classic Concentration went off the air. In 1991, Trebek became the first person to host three American game shows at the same time, taking over as host of NBC's To Tell the Truth, also for Goodson Todman, from February until that series ended in May. A frequent guest star on late-night talk shows and guest host, he logged notable primetime guest appearances on the CBS sitcom How I Met Your Mother in December 2010 and on TV Land's Hot in Cleveland in March 2014. On the series finale episode of Comedy Central's The Colbert Report on December 18, 2014, Trebek greeted Colbert as the latter boarded a sleigh driven by Santa Claus and Abraham Lincoln and departed from the studio for the final time. He also appeared in many commercials for Colonial Penn Life Insurance. Yes, I remember those. Anyway, in 2011, Trebek received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, which presents the Daytime Emmys. He was inducted into the Broadcasting and Cable Hall of Fame and was also honored as one of the Giants of Broadcasting by the Library of American Broadcasting in 2013, when he also received the Alexander Graham Bell Medal from the National Geographic Society for his 25 years as host of the National Geographic Bee. And I need my water. My mouth is drying out, damn it. Ah. Blah. There we go. Excuse me.
You're a goof.
I should have my water up here, darn it. Anyway, Trebek had long-standing commitments to numerous charities and educational organizations. He sat on the boards of the National Geographic Society Education Foundation and the National Advisory Board Council for the Literary Volunteers of America. Trebek participated in 13 USO tours, and he traveled to many developing countries in support of World Vision, reporting on the organization's efforts on behalf of children. He adopted a village in
Okay, go ahead and finish, and then I'll do a little bit of trivia on you.
Okay, he adopted a village in Zambia, Africa to help building a school, homes for teachers, and a medical facility. Okay, go ahead. Or do you want me to finish the article because there's only two sentences left?
Well, finish the two sentences.
Okay, Trebek was married to Elaine Calais, now known as Elaine Trebek Cares, from 1974 until the divorce in 1981. He is survived by his second wife, Jean, and three children, Matthew, Emily, and Nikki. And that's the end.
Okay, I got a little bit of trivia for you. Can you name two animated shows that Alex Trebek paid himself in?
Yes, I could, but you see, I already know this because I posted it myself, so I'm not gonna say
Okay.
it yet.
Well, do you know what it is, Frodo?
No, honestly, I'm.
Okay, Mike, do you know which two animated shows Alex Trebek himself in?
Nope.
Want me to tell him?
Family Guy and The Simpsons.
Yep.
Eh,
Yeah, and there's a very, very funny part in The Simpsons where, Marge Simpson is trying to get money to pay back everybody in Springfield. Now, unfortunately, she ends up with like negative 5,200, and there's like a very funny joke where it's like Alex Trebek, you hear Alex Trebek say, you were 5,200 behind. Yeah, you owe us the $5,200
Yeah,
because that was so
I'm not
funny.
a big fan of The Simpsons, so
I'm not either. I'm not a big fan of Simpsons or Family Guy, but seeing that, it's like that was so cool. And by the way, I don't know if you're aware of this. Alex Trebek was also in an episode of The X Files.
which episode?
Let me go check. I'm trying to remember. Give me just a sec here. Let's see.
Sorry, my.
Alex Trebek X. It was Jose Chung
Oh,
from
Jose
Outer
Chung's
Space.
from Outer Space.
Yeah, that's the one. But yes,
That was
Alex
with
David Duchovny.
no, the other actor that was in it.
Gillian Anderson?
No, it was another Wally Cox, I think, was
Oh, okay.
in there as well. I'm
But-
not sure.
But yes, I saw the clip on YouTube, and it said you're getting very sleepy. It's like holy crap, and he was doing it to Mulder.
He played a
oh.
psychiatrist.
No, he was like he was a guy in a black Stetson hat.
Oh man, talk about playing opposite
Oh, I know.
what you're used to doing.
Oh yeah, exactly.
He could have done movies if he didn't host them.
Yeah, but who knows? I think he was so used to it. I mean, to him it was fine. Let's see. Yeah, I need
Let's
to
get
find
on with Ruby
Ken Spears actually.
Ken Spears.
Mhm. So let me see. Here we go. Let's go to variety, just like I did before.
oh.
Good. At least it's showing up right. Excellent. Because now at least I know what the problem's been. I got to do it right in the Streamlabs. All right, but anyway, Ken Spears, co-creator of Scooby-Doo, has died at the age of 82. Ken Spears, co-creator of the beloved animated series Scooby-Doo and co-founder of Ruby Spears Productions, along with the late Joe Ruby, died on Friday. He was 82. Spears' son, Kevin Spears, tells Variety that he died from complications related to Lewy body dementia. I'm going to have to look that one up. That's new. Ken will forever be remembered for his wit, his storytelling, his loyalty to family, and his strong work ethic, Kevin Spears says. Ken has not only made a lasting impression on his family, but he has touched the lives of many as co-creator of Scooby-Doo. Ken has been a role model for us throughout his life, and he will continue to live on in our hearts. And you know, I just realized I forgot to put the links in the chat room.
Oh, oh,
Like,
oh,
oops.
dang. I am sorry for my outburst earlier, but my butt just made it to the edge of the chair.
Ouch. The word for that is ouch.
No, the word for that is yikes.
No, better than that. Zoinks. And I just realized I gotta open up Discord. I forgot to put the links in. I am so sorry. That's my
You're
fault.
forgiven.
Eh,
You had a very stressful day today.
yes, I did. I'm gonna leave it at that.
And it's my night to upload, so I need those links.
No problem. I'm about to get them in there right now.
All right, I'll be
Bear
right
with me,
back.
Growl.
Be right back.
Okay. All right, to the story repository, and yes, we do have a story repository in our Discord page. Okay? Yes, I am sounding like Dexter. I don't know why. Didi, get out of my laboratory.
No.
And put that in. Let me put the link in here before I forget. I got to get the other one too, but I'll do that after I finish reading this thing. All right. So anyway, born Charles Kenneth Spears on March 12, 1938, Spears grew up in Los Angeles where he befriended the son of animation producer William Hanna. Spears was later hired at Hanna's company, Hanna-Barbera Productions, in 1959 as a sound editor. While working in the editing department, Spears met Joe Ruby and the two began a fruitful writing partnership. Together they penned teleplays for Hanna-Barbera, Sid and Marty Krofft Television Productions, and the Patty Freeling Enterprises. Spears and Ruby created beloved animated shows like Scooby-Doo Where Are You?, Dynamite Dog Wonder, and Jabberjaw for Hanna-Barbera, in addition to the Barkleys and the Houndcats for the Patty Freeling. The Barkleys and the Houndcats, I've seen them on Pluto. Let's see. Fred Silverman, CBS president of children's programming, hired both Spears and Ruby in the early 1970s to supervise CBS's Saturday morning cartoons lineup. And when Silverman moved to ABC, they followed. Spears was also a story consultant for the 1974 Planet of the Apes TV series. Didn't know that. Let's see. In 1977, Spears and Ruby created their own studio, Ruby Spears Productions. They produced several animated series, including Superman, that was 88-89, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Fang Face, Mr. T, The Plastic Man Comedy Adventure Hour, what's the most well-known one, Thundar the Barbarian, and Saturday Supercade. In 1981, Ruby Spears Productions was purchased by Taft Entertainment, the parent company of Hanna-Barbera. Ruby Spears' catalog was sold, along with that of Hanna-Barbera, to Turner Broadcasting in 1991. Ruby, of course, died on August 26th. Warner Brothers Animation is saddened to learn of the passing of Ken Spears, and we send our warmest thoughts to his loved ones. He was a true innovator in the industry whose gifts of humor and storytelling continued to delight audiences, Sam Register, president of Warner Brothers Animation and Cartoon Network Studios, said in a statement. You cannot find a screen in the world that has not played a version of Scooby-Doo. We continue to be inspired by his work at Warner Brothers Animation.
The only version we don't like is Flip and Scrappy.
I know. Let's see. We continue to be inspired by his work at Warner Brothers Animation and are honored to carry on the legacy of his beloved characters. Spears is survived by his two sons, Kevin and Chris, their wives, his 5 grandchildren, and his 3 great-grandchildren. So, it's like there's death everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, now I can get the Alex Trebek one in there too. Like I said, I totally forgot. But at least I found the links. Yay! Yahoo! There
Can
we
I
go.
be heard?
Yes.
All right, I must have messed up. I
What
said,
happened?
I said, yeah, it's all your fault.
Yeah, but I think you muted yourself. That's why nobody heard it.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
What did I miss?
uh, I've put both links in Discord and the chat room, so it's like, okay, now I got that settled. I totally forgot.
Boom.
Like, all right. So anyway, there's actually another.
Hashtag blame the troublemaker.
Yeah, that's me. All right. So anyway, there was also something else. Let's put it this way. HBO Max did a remake of the movie The Witches. Of course, the original had Angelica Houston as the Grand High Witch. This version has Anne Hathaway, and people actually got upset because it was not portraying limb differences properly. I know this is for us. It
Limb
makes
differences?
yes, something I didn't know about. But here's the great thing: Anne Hathaway herself actually apologized for it.
Okay.
So,
What was the deal about limb differences? I don't
well,
get it.
I'm going to explain that in a minute because I read the whole article. It's like, wow, I have never heard of this. It actually makes sense. So this is a whole new thing for me too. And then I closed Discord out. Oh, you knucklehead.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Good thing I can do that. But yeah, let me explain this because you see, this is like I said, this is something new to me too. But when you see this whole article, you'll see why it actually makes a difference. So here it is. Anne Hathaway apologizes after The Witches remake faces backlash for how it portrays limb differences. Now here's how it goes. Anne Hathaway, who stars in Warner Brothers Pictures' The Witches, issued an apology to the disability community for the film's depiction of the eponymous conjurers having physically impaired hands. Campaigners like Paralympians and the Paralympic Games organization slammed the film, saying the characters having limb differences was offensive. In the 1983 novel written by Roald Dahl, on which the movie is based, the witches are described as having square feet with no toes and claws instead of fingernails. However, in the new film adaptation, Hathaway's Grand High Witch character is revealed to have acrodactyly, also known as split hand, a congenital disorder involving the deficiency or absence of one or more digits in the hand or foot. According to Deadline, British Paralympic swimmer Amy Marin was the first to call out the film studio for their insensitivity and lack of foresight. And let me get this because it's the read more. Okay, there we go. Warner Brothers UK. Was there much thought given as to how this representation of limb differences would affect the limb difference community? This was back on November 2nd. Now, she tagged Reese Charity One, a UK organization devoted to helping children with upper limb differences, to the accompanying quote, which read, and I quote, "Where are you? Come on, help me out. There we go.
Come on, you can do better than that with the end I quote.
Yeah, and I quote, and I quote, disappointed in the new
You quote.
disappointed in the new Warner Brothers film The Witches. I myself am a huge advocate of celebrating differences and especially limb differences. It's not unusual for surgeons to try and build hands like this for children or adults with certain limb differences, and it's upsetting to something that makes a person different being represented as something scary. Yes, I am fully aware that this is a film and these are witches, but witches are essentially monsters. My fear is that children will watch this film unaware that it massively exaggerates the Roald Dahl original and that limbs differences begin to be feared. This opens up all new difficult conversations for those with limb differences and sets back what we are trying to achieve, which is to celebrate what you are. Now, to demonstrate, the studio took conceptual liberties for the film. Marin also included an illustration from the book that depicted the witch having 5 fingers with claws. As you can see right there, that's Roald Dahl's version right there. Now, disability advocate Shannon Crossland expressed her frustration and asserted the film was nowhere a reflection of the original novel written by Roald Dahl. Is this the kind of message we want the next generation to receive? That having 3 fingers is a witch's attribute? It is an extremely damaging portrayal. Disability should not be associated with evil, abnormality, disgust, fear, or monsters. Actress and disability advocate Melissa Johns tweeted, Why missing fingers? Here we go again, using disability as a costume and to highlight a character as a baddie. Children with limb differences rarely get to see themselves represented truthfully, but instead get shown as scary monsters. Not what we need. Now, soon the hashtag not a witch began trending, and others with limb differences vented their frustrations and called for Hollywood to do better. Now, there's a lot of these. I'm not going to read them, so you can read them yourself, because there are
And
plenty of them.
and here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. This has been a problem for years. All the way from when people with autism, like when Rain Man came on,
Mm-hmm.
people saw that as an accurate reflection of all people with autism. It's not.
Right.
Autism is a spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
There's many different severities of it, many different levels, and one person's Rain Man isn't necessarily universal autism.
Right. And see, take a look. You got this guy with with only three fingers there. And see this lady right here, and this lady right there. Mm-hmm. All right. So on Instagram, Hathaway responded to the backlash by sharing a clip from Lucky Finn Project, a nonprofit organization that raises awareness of children, individuals, and family members affected by limb differences. She wrote in the caption, I have recently learned that many people with limb differences, especially children, are in pain because of the portrayal of the Grand High Witch in The Witches. Yes. Now she explained this. Let me begin by saying I do my best to be sensitive to the feelings and experiences of others, not out of some scrambling PC fear, but because not hurting others seems like a basic level of decency we should all be striving for. As someone who really believes in inclusivity and really detests cruelty, I owe you all an apology for the pain caused. I am sorry. I did not connect limb difference with the GHW, that's Grand High Witch for short, when the look of the character was brought to me. If I had, I assure you this would never have happened. The mother of two continued by pledging to do better in the future. I particularly want to say I'm sorry to kids with limb differences. Now that I know better, I promise I'll do better. And I owe a special apology to everyone who loves you as fiercely as I love my own kids. I'm sorry I let your family down. Now, the good news is her apology was largely accepted by the disability community.
You know
Yeah,
why it was accepted?
because she did it herself.
It wasn't that. There's actually a more simple reason why it was accepted. Because she literally said, I know I
Mm-hmm.
messed up.
Yeah.
I could have done better.
Mm-hmm.
She took responsibility for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And here's some of the responses. I thank you. Sometimes mistakes happen, and that's human too. Certainly, no one has thought about the effects that such a thing can have on individuals. But I think it's great of you, Anne Hathaway, that you have the courage to apologize publicly on your platform. Thanks for that. I don't think anyone blames you who played the role, but I think it's good that actors may also think about it next time. Let's see. And I like this one. Now, this is an apology. You can give lessons to a lot of politicians. I also learned from your experience too. Let's see. Thank you for your apology. I have ectrodactyly and felt offended, but I appreciate you using your platform to raise awareness. Thank you for speaking and sharing. You are an amazing woman. Thank you for your apology. Thank you for bringing awareness to the limb difference community. I am in tears reading this apology. Thank you. Thank you for addressing this. I adore you as a person and a role model, and quite honestly was disappointed by the lack of awareness. Thank you for making yourself aware and using your voice to make others aware as well. Thank you for emphasizing the voices in the video and the hashtag. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a bigger conversation of portrayal than this, and that we can all shed light to. Warner Brothers also responded to the controversy by issuing a statement that read in part, We the filmmakers and Warner Brothers Pictures are deeply saddened to learn that our depiction of the fictional characters in The Witches could upset people with disabilities and regret any offense caused. They added, in adapting the original story, we worked with designers and artists to come up with a new interpretation of the cat like claws that were described in the book. It was never the intention for viewers to feel that the fantastical non human creatures were meant to represent them. The Witches was directed by Robert Zemeckis and was made available on HBO Max on October 22nd. It was supposed to go to theaters, but of course the pandemic kind of messed that up.
Uh,
So I want to
well,
say,
and I admire Anne Hathaway too.
Hmm.
Hey, did you guys see that? Just something to lighten the evening.
Oh, yeah, I know that pun.
but here's what I gotta say about the whole thing. Okay, as people with disabilities, me and others on this show can tell you, there's a lot of misconceptions that happen because people without disabilities cannot understand how difficult it can be. And I'm not saying that they're wrong for not understanding because newsflash, no one can understand everyone's freaking life story.
Yeah.
It's just not possible. But
Mm-mm.
I appreciate people who actually take the time to learn and understand because and especially when someone has to apologize for making a mistake like that,
Hmm.
that means a lot.
Oh, yeah. Because
So,
it proves, she's human.
well, it's
She,
not just that she's human,
yeah.
it's the fact that she's willing to say, you know, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I should have known better.
Hmm. And we almost think she could be a better president. Not saying she
Yep.
would ever run, but you know what I mean.
Can you check where Anne Hathaway was born at in
Sure. Let's see. If I could spell Anne, I always want to spell Ang or something.
Anne.
I know, I got it. She was born November 12th, 1982. She's 37, which means she could run.
she could, but where was she born?
She was born in Brooklyn.
Then she is a natural born citizen, which means
She could run if she wanted to.
yep.
Yeah.
Someone I would love to see be president would be J.J. Watt, but of course I know he's not old enough yet. He's only 31. But the good
I
news is
wish
he was
there
born in
was a. You
Waukesha,
know what?
Wisconsin.
I wish there wasn't an age restriction on when to run for president.
I think we can all agree on that one because think about it. Trump 73, Biden 77.
Maybe we should have an upper limit.
I agree. We definitely need an upper age limit.
Well, no,
But
but I mean, how old did you say J.J. Watts was?
He's 31. He has to be 35.
Okay. Why do you have to wait till 35 to run for president?
That's what they have in the Constitution.
And actually, that makes sense to an extent. But the thing is, the age was actually written in the Section 1 of the Constitution, I believe it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Still, because we're all grumping about
In order to change,
how old Biden is.
I know, but
Jack is saying that he will not survive his first full year in bless you.
Thank you.
The first full year in office because of his age.
Oh,
I don't believe that. He's in good shape.
Uh-huh.
So.
Before he ran for office, I bet he underwent a physical.
Mm-hmm.
well, and here's the thing that other people don't realize. Even if he does die, he's still got an amazing vice that will take over.
That's true. But but seriously, there should be an upper age limit. I would say no older than 70 tops. It's like, if
You
you
know,
get, here's my deal is if you get elected, let's say you get elected to the Senate, you're 67 years old. You're still going to be 70. You can stay until you're finished. But you can't run again because you'll be 72 by the time you get out. So,
I think my cat's being cute.
uh,
Oh.
ouch. Ow, ow, ow.
Oh yeah, real quick before the show ends.
Mhm.
This week is a huge week in
Oh,
gaming.
that's right. Because what is it? Tomorrow is the
Tomorrow,
Xbox?
Xbox Series X launches tomorrow.
And then the 12th has the PS5.
PS5 for North America, Japan, Australia, and I believe Europe as well.
Dang. Woo.
Yep. And then the 19th is PS5 for the rest of the world.
Man. I wonder how many people have been crazy enough to stand in line through every type of weather condition. Because, hell, I still remember when the PS3 was coming out in 2006. It was November 15th. I think it was just a few days before it came out. We had a tornado coming through Montgomery, and people never left the line at the Best Buy.
They
Oh,
gotta be
Jesus.
fucking nuts.
Yeah, they were nuts. You see, this is the same tornado that destroyed the fun zone, but thank goodness nobody was killed. There were only two kids with slight injuries
Good.
because
Not
those
that the
guys knew
kids
what to
got
do.
hurt.
No, it was just like a couple cuts, and that was it. Because you know why? They had a monthly plan every month to the monthly drill, basically.
Yeah, I know when I lived in Seattle, we had earthquake drills
Hmm.
that were like the tornado drills.
Right.
And
Plus, you'd have to watch out for. Plus, you have to watch out for these tsunami alerts too.
I was 8 years old and I was in school when that big earthquake hit Alaska.
Hmm.
And it was so bad that it rattled our desks at school.
I believe it. I honestly
Luckily, the
believe it.
teacher had an evacuation plan.
Yeah, that's the thing. Schools are supposed to have all these plans in place, so of
Uh-huh.
course now it's a little bit more difficult with a pandemic, but
Yeah.
Well, I will say this. One of my hated things was when I had to go through tornado drills
hmm
because all the people who do those tornado drills, all the things that they use, are
hmm
so fucking loud.
oh
Oh
yeah.
my god, they hurt my ears so fucking bad.
Well, I'll tell you the worst thing. When I was in high school, the tornado sirens when they would test it, oh my gosh, because Jeff Davis High School was here. Danley Elementary was across the street. So was the tornado siren.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
Well,
back.
you know what? Time is almost up already. So here's our game plan. Tomorrow, of course, is Tune In Tuesday.
Zoom
Wednesday.
froze on you, Mike? Zoom froze on Mike.
Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. But anyway, let's see. Wednesday is Veterans Day, so we have the night
God.
off. There you
Oh, you're
are.
there, Mike.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, you got we saw you freeze up. But anyway, tomorrow's Tune In Tuesday. Wednesday is our night off because it is Veterans Day. Thursday, we're gonna do either Mad Libs or we'll make up for the Warzone Wednesday with
Wednesday.
Throwdown Thursday. Which guy you
Okay.
guys want? Do you want to do Throwdown Thursday or would you rather do the Mad Libs?
I'll let the other guys say.
I personally, depending on how this week goes, I would rather just do Mad Libs.
Okay.
Same
That's
here.
just my opinion.
All right.
Same here. Frodo.
That works for me.
All right,
Okay.
then it's settled. Thursday, Nearly Naughty Mad Libs. Friday,
Cards
family
Against
friendly Cards
Humanity.
Against Humanity.
Yep.
All right. So
And
that
then we'll
part,
get back to normal schedule next week.
yeah. But then guess
Well,
what? But here's the fun part. You know what the following week is?
What?
Thanksgiving.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
oh, that's right. Yeah. Like, wait, what am
So
I
we'll have
thinking?
another day off the following week.
No, we're gonna have 2 days off. Remember, Thursday and Friday.
Friday.
Like Friday.
Actually, we more on big holidays like that. I always thought we would take the
The
whole
whole
week
week.
off.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm down with that.
I'm down with that too.
So maybe we could get together sometime during the week and play our naughty Mad Libs and naughty Cards Against Humanity.
Yep. But unfortunately,
Or
to do that, we cannot be on Twitch.
Right.
right, which is why I was thinking like maybe just do a little one-off,
Yeah.
just not as an official
Yeah, that's what I
BTA
meant.
stream,
Since
just
we're
an
not going
official
to be doing
one-off.
the
Mhm.
show the entire week, we could
Yeah,
do.
but we still can't be naughty because we're on Twitch.
Twitch. That's the
Oh,
problem.
but I thought we weren't going to have a show this week.
A one-off,
Yeah.
Oh, one
not an official show.
Yeah.
Just a game stream.
Mhm.
Okay,
different.
never mind.
Don't worry, brains like so tired. All right. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is
Look at this.
Okay. Nice. All right. Let me hit the ending here real quick.
Da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da. All right. So that is all for this evening. We hope you have a great night. Have a safe night. Stay safe. Don't do anything crazy. And we'll see you tomorrow for Tune In Tuesday. Have a great night, everybody. Night, y'all.
Night, everyone.